Yeah, you go so here, checks and balances na akeka bia boma titi bia free man eja. Ya hwese betimi afa e de Real Madrid. A very difficult game. Very difficult game. Arsenal for are very confident. I mean, the Arsenal for maybe another last time they played Real Madrid. Mutiminya year qualification over Real Madrid nintia dia 2006 gives Arsenal for a lot of confidence. In Tibiana no. And I'm almost but they shouldn't also forget the Champions League again. We are at the quarter-final stage, and at the quarter-final stage, it's been like more than 20 years in the Real Madrid free move over the quarter-final stage.
Okay,
adding quarter-final stage the last time it happened to Real Madrid our Champions League was in 2003-2004 season. It's at this stage of the Champions League there. So betimi anya GDS Madrid be free no. Akwa BBA but can Arsenal for any confident performance and then bad and Madrid team no, especially in the defense looks a bit shaky. Honestly speaking, there are certain positions fella Mendy honestly, but fella Mendy out. And fella Mendy out and found some defensively. Fella Mendy on any day gives you a lot of options.
Okay.
So on defending, but attacking wise now the ABB in his absence. Why never that is another problem for Real Madrid.
Okay. Join others and Kwame our big screen is on any kakra because ombe remo na yaba ehana yatwaso. Okay, Edison Monshaw Mayana Emirates stadium sa begin because more say internet by a munching game so be kakra and so okay.
Ken wadarma you met here for kwaba and famra big screens so we are having a discussion. Of course, this is the big game. Arsenal Emirates against Real Madrid. Into a discussion wadarma Uti radio na oba television also anaso say oba Facebook ebe boa mu se na ebe ya nkomo no be ya de uti radio so be twamfoni de a kyerɛw se na ebe ya nkomo no so be de de ama o nti de sesa wo asote ene ebe abebɔ nkomo kwame yes start the nkomo big game
I always say anka Arsenal and Madrid die nanka Bayern Inter die kadi we say big game dey pa o kanu kra Bayern Inter no but now Real Madrid said you be apese Madrid etimi lose ene no
and Ghana ni so Arsenal second say baby Ghana ni bia no support him say na de ebi ebeso sande a because say baby Ghana ni bia obi ota omochi
no kra and I want say you hu Arsenal so ne Real Madrid at this stage I check 19 years in ye. Wow. The last time Omoba London Bishia Arsenal no 0-0. So after 19 years, Real Madrid Asaba London Obaba Bishia Arsenal Bubu. By Kweku.
Yeah.
Eye UEFA Champions League. Enye La Liga. Enye FA Cup. Enye Premier League. Enye La Liga, enye Copa del Rey. Eye UEFA Champions League. Na se uti UEFA Champions League anthem no. Na ye boy UEFA Champions League. The first club about team no a Real Madrid Bobuko. About experience, about character, about game changes. Bibia a fact UEFA Champions League no. Real Madrid was so saying Arsenal Bobuko. But Real Madrid fans don't want our misfeeling because of Real Madrid for form. Madrid form ne the best so ama Madrid for no misfeeling say as a match no F as a match no enyefu. But in terms of experience, character, Bibiano, Madrid. Arsenal on the other side. Arsenal any character and saying Real Madrid. Only experience and saying Real Madrid will UEFA Champions League. By Arsenal, would you say no bit match Real Madrid? So the first question I be someone here say, dear Nama Arsenal when you did say on bit match Real Madrid and then one. Medical church him say football you afraid to be say home supremacy. Home supremacy with football which they have our home team no our power. Our authority and dominating every opponent or benefit. In the case of Arsenal in the UEFA Champions League from 2023, basically, Obiang share Arsenal will be in the UEFA Champions League. So about 2 years, Obiang knew what Arsenal PSC about Champions League. Oba share Arsenal, Bayern akoho, PSG akoho, teams akesi akoho oni say. Some teams in your teams are not be expected to back watch Arsenal. But when to me, so Arsenal because of sa home supremacy no, e mo didi. Dia to sum yenu. Ene Arsenal from a tactical standpoint, ebe ha Real Madrid pa. And then from a tactical standpoint, Arsenal were no more beat with their Real Madrid. So Osha game no from a tactical aspect of the game. Real Madrid mostly so more build your attack now. Sanke bet men your more likely lineup no team they are discuss here.
Okay.
Real Madrid likely lineup.
Madrid.
Madrid yeah.
Yes, say Madrid.
And you most likely say Courtois, Rudiger, then Abrante Fenisa Asensio, Lucas Vazquez, and report Eban Impokrach.
Hannah, we are looking at having David Alaba on the left.
And you most likely say David Alaba.
Which we'll have a conversation about that because I think say risky to put David Alaba here.
No correct.
Into the lineup, no, likely say
David
Alaba the midfield, no.
Midfield, no, Valverde, Tchouaméni out of this game. So Jude Bellingham, Ebebo, then Yebabenya Kamavinga, Ewoho. Kweku, problem you me say. From a tactical standpoint, maybe a Real Madrid enku ye the more money say. Current Ancelotti this season, mostly your percent of building from the back. So or building from the back, Ubenya Asensio, Ubenya David Alaba wecho, Ubenya Vazquez, no Ubenya Rudiger. Premier League and I said Europe in the UEFA Champions League. In terms of passes per defensive action, young pressing high, position 10. Arsenal, at the top 3 now.
Okay.
So Real Madrid say obe building from the back. Now Madrid back no also obe building no. Say omo building from the back. Team no on kwa kobo on City deep.
Yeah.
Sanke ya dey say Real Madrid kwa ko share team or City deeper. Madrid benya sa obenya space. Obeya comfortable to build from the back. But in this case, team now Real Madrid kwa ko share no only press pa and only can say sky high pressing. Arsenal for to me press o opponent na nkasa half. Na omo press o opponent ne half a. Omo a very aggressive and proactive. Arsenal air press o opponent half. Omo a proactive and aggressive. So in this case, omo Real Madrid ain't feel comfortable building from the back. So Real Madrid didn't mean feel comfortable building from the back. The training is say obe force Real Madrid say either say obe call long balls. Real Madrid be call the sideway and obey mistakes. And then umianu say Real Madrid for him home miensa no. Abrante friend say Mbappe, Vini Junior and Rodrigo. Say ye winning high balls omo nyade. Saliba we ahead of Real Madrid. Kiwi we ahead of Real Madrid for him want to say in terms of sa high balls no mo yade. So Arsenal for ever for so Real Madrid say omo boss long balls no. Say omo long balls now e go in favor of Arsenal team no. That's the first major problem Arsenal beat Real Madrid.
But Kwame, with this issue, no, I also think it plays to the advantage of Real Madrid. Let me tell you why. Because Madrid the team normally say almost your team so more press here. And you passing from the back, no one tying any baby. Maybe Madrid can lure Arsenal say Thibaut Courtois fabo, Asensio BM, Rudiger BM. My passing.
Mon check your Facebook network in a moment. Why? Mon share network on Facebook mom. Edison,
in a situation now we are still with the Real Madrid build up.
Okay.
Thibaut Courtois fabo. There's an option Ewanensa Asensio. There's another option Edema Antonio Rudiger. Being Arsenal on the press. Because Bukayo Saka will press from the other side. Ebia Martinelli say through South Nebo Asanamana. Arsenal will press. Now, say any one for the press here. See me be an impressive. Yeah, the midfielders will follow. Defenders will follow. Meaning say Arsenal be move from a normal line or Edia winning. This is why I think say Thibaut Courtois be play major role. Courtois is small baller. On time small ball ain't see player also because ideally say a small ball no fast thrower. William Saliba versus Kylian Mbappe, Saliba befa. Say Kyo Kra befa. Say a small ball no the call left to work. And I say right in the case say was small ball no the call Vini wa. Ben White befa and also the big right back bia befa. But Thibaut Courtois knowing Thibaut Courtois very well. Sir they normally put the ball our spaces, which is I feel say a top spacer. Mbappe with the pace to pick, Vinicius Junior with the pace to pick, Rodrigo Goes with the pace. It me feel say Arsenal for if they are not careful, Madrid for better champion.
And baby still now they playing advantage for Arsenal. You say Courtois, everybody call the wide area now. Arsenal, a fullback defensively, only very disciplined.
Very well.
Timber the Babo is very disciplined. disciplined defensively. Say Luis Kelly Nimpokrano defensively on your back. So what check Real Madrid that anytime Biana say Real Madrid, omukosia opponent ne press very well no. Yeah, check Real Madrid midfield. Mostly, say Real Madrid could team or press very well. Anytime they are Real Madrid beat this team the pressing Biana, either say or look at the Chelsea and also what Danny Ceballos. Our to control game everything in possession. Our own slow pressing. So anytime they are Real Madrid for Biano, say only say 2 players now midfield there's name Sadia. In this case, Kamavinga. On to me yes Sadia. Okofa Fedi Balbadia. Freddy Balbodi any that type of midfielder. Okofa Jude Bellingham the any say or protectable or carry ball and make sure so be created the amount. So remember that all look at the change as here. Dennis Bayo send you hono. Say remember they say obe build from the back. Now obe BT Arsenal press in Pokrana. Why and a press resistant midfielder in this case?
So they'll bypass the midfield.
So bypass the midfield now over long balls now. Still now Arsenal in terms of winning the high balls, 50-50 balls, first ball, second balls, and they start playing.
Now, one for ball now, or the ball no 2 spaces. So because Kwame, my fear is that say Real Madrid enya Arsenal for 1v1, which they were. Real Madrid will hands them. In fact, on the how we because just in the situation say
1v1 on Benjamin.
Set you
because we take a decision so we make Kamavinga. So Kamavinga boy. Watch your Madrid creativity no. Once and says so much about na control tabosim. Or tackle for long. Or call for longer. One it me ahead the ball.
So the conversation is that say Timu Kutua football either they are passing or not bypassing Arsenal for press or they are bypassing or movement for the long. Long na yekan Timu Kutua knows very well say there is no way a Saliba Bejai Ama Mbappe for ball no air. So they are not going to do that. They are going to put the ball in space. And when I say me fear and say just imagine say ya ball and they are 2 spacer. Mbappe Saliba Mbappe will pick. My friend say what press say Madrid Bebreba. One really you are leaving Vinicius Junior versus Timber. You are leaving Ebia they say left back one. Uko jai bia Luis Kelly versus Rodrigo Goes. Uko jai ebia Kiro Saliba versus Mbappe. Mbappe is Madrid be hands omo. It me feel say they should not do that. Madrid the more you press them, who just spaces Madrid for who space so. If they start doing that now Babe Breba on the hands so.
Typical example, the Okani typical example. Real Madrid near Manchester City omo di omo. By difference woman you say City press higher. One enye coordinated omunye aggressive omunye proactive so say oya Real Madrid na control the ball long ball na onya time and space to place accurate long ball e dey akwa to space ama Vinicius and Mbappe akwa. But in the case of Arsenal and now say all press here one the front three Bukayo Saka Martinelli Merino ebe press hard omo press here is being backed by omo midfielders Abenya Declan Rice Patemu and Martin Odegaard ebake. So omo pressing no e well calculated and coordinated, very aggressive and proactive. So say oje ball na be massa long balls na on time just space. Omo force so e ma wo ball long ball na e suit you on Arsenal and na be a mistake. So in this case, Real Madrid for be here midfielder who expect to say you press it harder or be drop deep. Act as a deep lying playmaker. I only be retaining compartment or be retaining sa ball no. E the calmness number. So anytime we are team we are facing Real Madrid this season, no pressing hard piano. And you are not Real Madrid. What Dennis Ceballos, ne Modric.
Okay.
By this case, Omni Sadi. So in terms of the midfield control, Arsenal sign advantage.
So and Arsenal never control game now, right? Because Odegaard ne Declan Rice team bar. I just send the party be control game now.
Good.
Odegaard Declan Rice so much me bar party be control game now. So party control game now. I just say Madrid left and right omo ka Alaba ne Vasquez no. Then Martinelli ne Saka. Not just ne game ne baba bi omo.
Can say Arsenal will control the game. I think Arsenal will control possession. Real Madrid will control the transitions. Exactly. So it's not as if
transitions. Madrid transitions. And so many times this season, Madrid I comebacks. Others and sorry Arsenal defenders, and the Arsenal ball no, especially in the middle. Watch what this is in Champions League. A game some ball. Once someone committee who be brave. se omo dominating middle no na se Madrid for your margin so omo control transitions na me woni se emfa because omo left and right na nye Madrid na or the Alaba ko gina 3 hwa na obo Vasquez as number 2 a me no nyina anim se omo ntimi handle Saka ne aye dramat ne
Ken Wadaroma
once me ba ana da bia ye hwe Mbappe Vini ene na da bia ye kase Carlo Ancelotti sa decision no ema obo se na Mbappe ne na manfimfin ho wo se na Rodrigo ayede waba echi obo se na Vini waba echi because omu nya ball ne nyeden emu ntie so omo withdraw eba sa Arsenal be pini omo.
Okay, so
it is hard decision omo hwe no mame
Kwame say honestly one of the shocks a minyaye me susu da se metim po say adwin bi kura Bakalo Ancelotti mu say obebo David Alaba Lucas Vasquez the Quebecer say mempe but Alaba de strangely oba back kura no central defense no kura me hu ni inti one strange decision for Lucas Vasquez come player bia wa bo as a winger bia no say otene as a right backer clearly who say defensively or issues I to say Jesus Navas wa ko born right back time bia different wingers bia o tene as right back no eya na defensively wo issue na the entire Lucas Vasquez 2-3 years ni wa ba eye kakra ne say time bia no Carlo Ancelotti make sure say someone is in front of him and Ipakro defensively oye adwuma yi pa into 3 years ago Omo say Fede Valverde never from the right wing. Or Fede Valverde will double up. Obe defensively. Recently, time will be as almost Lucas Vasquez in the tour. Ayana Rodrigo Goes, Aye Juma Pa de Mano. But now he's being exposed. And one thing that me feel say Lucas Vasquez bebo tour. Kwame. Ebia Rodrigo Goes never started from the wings. Or so me who say Luka Modric ebo or Bo Kamavinga. Na ebia wasanso defend Jubeli Amakanwa and ye be a Fede Valverde never come more of the right. In Tainimam you know. So if you play Lucas Vasquez as a right backer, either you are telling Rodrigo Goes to be defensively sure say Okwa or Beba Nichababe because Martinelli or Hagin or Fede Valverde will probably be looking at that area.
Me share you back. Me say Carlo Ancelotti sa decision on Frank Garcia ne Alabano. Na Arsenal set pieces in India because no open numbers,
okay,
open height.
I think we'll have a discussion on the set pieces.
So, but say Ekobasa Arsenal nya corner kick because I think say Washa Courtois and Carlo Ancelotti na normal discuss about Arsenal set pieces. As a day ni na ye Arsenal set pieces, Enti then if Alaba beka defenders no one, Obenya Alaba, Rudiger, Jude beba beka one.
Good shot.
That is the decision, no.
Good
but maybe say. As a those set pieces na European play.
A good shout.
Baby a Carlo mo free no. Good.
Yeah.
By baby so a go disadvantage say. On say oni Kweku discussing na no. Bukayo Saka ni Gabriel Martinelli di omni David Alaba ne Vasquez. By football no Kweku asesa nyoma bebre. Ateta wasesa nyoma bebre. Apart from 1 versus 1 na Saka ne Martinelli very good. Anytime be a Arsenal ba attack bia no se o pese ohun se Martinelli any Bukayo Saka will give him pana Ateta you saw the friend said the broad wide overload on the left side enkoye Martinelli nkwa Luis Kelly push ko nanim Declan Rice push ko nanim sa 3 players no overload opponent ne right back baby Bukayo Saka wono David Alaba wono enkoye Bukayo Saka nkwa ne David Alaba Yebenya the right back of Arsenal so be joining attack alongside Martin Odegaard. So the wide areas need an Arsenal overload. And what na problem no because Real Madrid for right baby Vasquez go on defensively. Fede Valverde a very good obet makover. Rodrigo a very good obet makover. So start 2 players no. Eba the cover Vasquez one on make me I'm making sure some go protect it. I cover Vasquez. By on the left side baby David Alaba be one. Vinicius Junior defensively
and no one of the so they will put Jude Bellingham there. What
so
about
Jude
exactly.
Say koye Jude na koye David Alaba. Arsenal on that side, Ebenya Bukayo Saka, Setimba never right back. Any Martin Odegaard still now 3 versus 2. But advantage.
Okay, so what about this situation? Wabo Lucas Vasquez. Wa policy Fede Valverde to help him. We bought David Alaba. We policy Jude Bellingham, who is also defensively very good. To help Alaba. Meaning say, Obewa Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, in case say transitions na far. And I think say Kenya bad because if you are doing a transition, not really near Kylian Mbappe near Obey deadly. Arsenal will be careful to go for it.
No, let's not forget, say in terms of counter-pressing football, to be honest with you, Arsenal are one of the best.
But one say, yeah, can we, you know, Arsenal for Mikel Arteta and him say, so many results and they have to forget. Because Madrid for no found now, what they now, this is a year coming in, oh, Banabel, say, what they, you funny say,
1-0, 2-0, Koha.
Even 1-0. Arsenal 2-0 they Omoko.
No, 2-0 you won't survive there.
But
I'm sorry.
But 1-0 they bad thing. So what I say, so this is the time. Omo week, especially which you. We would gane that boy Rawa Sensua. As someone na omo players are GDA den e wo mo ho. And now coach na take a decision said then because of Declan Rice party Odegaard enti Obebo Kamavinga or Persefedi Valverde bede ebe come na Jude e withdraw. Na Rodrigo Sambede
Ebeka.
So ombenya 4 e wan finfi ho. So what I say na akoye Vini and Mbappe then ombe switch.
Yeah.
We far we be far omunyina one area. Arsenal were very good defenders, especially during team by this season. So what Adrian and that's Kelly boy. Honestly, one boy.
But is he talking about Arsenal? I think that we are also not being fair to Madrid because Arsenal is very weak to our defensive play because Gabriel Magalhaes is not playing.
Yeah, Gabriel.
And you know, and America says, "Oh, Bona Kiyo." It is said that Madrid is also able David Alaba because who the key only Kojina Mbappe and Vinicius Junior him. In as much as we are acknowledging the fact to say Madrid defensively omu weak, Arsenal also defensively omu weak. Luis Kelly no ya ono and then about the greatest test too.
One thing they say, yeah, the man the Padobona Kase, Ombeko Ediama Arsenal defensively they say who compare two teams now this season defensively Madrid any Arsenal no. Madrid any shaky more.
The last 2 matches, some consider 6.
Madrid any shaky more.
It's Ancelotti face because this stage ultimate consider goes be one goal be accounted.
So
last 2 teams no match Madrid na obi o twa bet bia when is Madrid be consider go.
Oh, where can me pamucho.
Nti ye hwe de Madrid betimi ayi because omo no share.
So I think second.
Did there be an consider go? Madrid team more game, a Champions League game on Bebo or Benya clean sheet.
Clean sheet are some there. You see, Madrid now almost 2 faces. Maybe I want to say, especially anymore for no. Either they are playing too well or they are playing too bad. Madrid can show you a face or the ball Sasuna. No, Bufusa or Manchester City or Champions League or be a different animal. Madrid betinya show a bad face against Real Betis. O hweti no bufu no di Carlo Ancelotti atem ade e be che no masesa no masa Atletico Madrid. Iti nkofo no sa wo de ade ba ko e hwe omo a o conversation e be sesa.
Ba nkoma yedi no. Ye ye kan nyina no e ye say ye di kan ahwe from a tactical aspect of the game.
Very well.
And currently from a tactical aspect of the game, Arsenal with more weapons or the be hit Real Madrid than Real Madrid yet from so who use tactical aspects now and you care about Madrid defense is shaky midfield. Another problem Madrid face Arsenal strength have been the set pieces.
Okay, let's have a conversation.
The set pieces Real Madrid weakness this season Arsenal also the share goals because Arsenal share 93 goals this season 93 goals now Arsenal Arsenal and 33% from set piece that can person a game come over big screen is so peggy. On say your ball corner kicks are you will be on the left side, you will be on the right side. When I the left side, as the corner kick on the left side. The omo ye say, on say you will in swing ni ball now echo inside the box na nkasa no.
Even example, I fight say Arsenal enya corner kick na obi oye right, Declan Rice e ko gina ho. Say oba e in swinger. Okay.
Then you will outswing. In this case, Arsenal corner kick over the left side. 97% in swing.
It is a right. Obi oya right.
Obi oya right. The kobo.
A boss from the left. Exactly. Normally Declan Rice nebo.
ana die unsa corner kick or the ebon shots eno nkwan o ma ye 3%.
There's a don't one no omo cross
it back inside of opponent no e box ni ana se corner kick ne ba the right side and also so in swing ni 86%. 86%. So as na corner kick from the right side and the left side majority of our corner kicks ni in swing and I has a problem the war because anytime we are asked na babo corner kick be an okay allow opponents they say on defend the zone so opponents they be now so be protecting the penalty box as na players about bear 5 about could na opponents ni goal post on mechi tell me yam ball by say ball na ba and them say opponents ni defend the zone no who protect the zone
bear
players never run behind
and fufuri yet down me kwacho balance na wa kan so fama mo wo fufuri
ye wo fufu tintintimo Kenneth fufu machine ani ye de adwuma
machine boni
awu se ponene wo ba ye ante me da wo ko Kennedy digital center e wo waja wo benya bia wo de be
ye car harvest omo wa kakra no so e be party Saliba na hwan
say blockers for na
blockers
say Merino so bo as a false nine and also one dangerous guy
and another dangerous player Mikel Merino, I say Adrian.
Yeah, but Kwame, say we are still having a discussion on it. One of those things you need to notice, say, Arsenal for set pieces, no, and Pempi, no, a goalkeeper area was box kits, no, and one Arsenal normally only born it. Now, this I want to have a conversation, Kwame. Real Madrid first La Liga game, Rodrigo Gues ne shego, Mayoka Fonya corner kick. Mayoka for the corner kick in the show, Murici in the share Sago. Yamba a name sake of time, recent times. Money Ross Sophia dad. Mo the set piece nya, and the call extra. Omo set piece. Against Valencia, another what?
set piece.
Then obviously say there's a problem, which Madrid needs to look at because nkomana ye no. One pa because Arsenal forces strengths any eho. First question I asked na second. Say Arsenal for corner kick no mo do two baby a goalkeeper ni jinanka sankasa. Bisa say why is it that Real Madrid are also conceding goals from the same zone because some goalkeeper no so one. I sent Perry me send no picture be let's if I'll get that picture now. Box in him. You realize it's like yanko the next ones baby park no access so there no. Kwame ade ba kwa ye me one say Kwame. Kibu kutua owa. Arsenal for no so will try so on be hekel no. What I say? It's all your screens is one. Normally Real Madrid for the defend their defend is a Tibu Kutua nie. When necessary protected Tibu Kutua box ni. So Antonio Rudiger, who are saying so, who are Jude Bellingham, who are Fede Valverde say young protect say Tibu Kutua are there in the teams except Real Madrid I would in the same zone. First question in here.
And plan no this Enana Dream say Jubele and be protected our first boss no. Player be na no.
Fedi
Valverde.
Fedi Valverde.
Yeah.
That is the area. Because Rawa Asensio utimi jump but I don't think so between Saliba. So Arsenal for ne ba. Yem for say Rudiger and the main man. Or for Saliba. Why never party more those players in our height, you know? Because Arsenal for on playing in way. Set pieces, you know. Mbappe, Jeboa, Obetima, your wonders. Madrid for no this season, or my year be over this season. Mbappe betima change the game, no. Vinicius betima change, Rodrigo betima change. At any point in time, South no, Ubi betima change the game, no. But as na GDA say, some betima ye be no more defend the world. We need be here. And no say Madrid weakness.
But Kwame. Arsenal for no say ombe corner kicks that nyina kugu one side. How will you say I say so come market on master party and you don't know
because nyina ku fan say Arsenal corner kicker. Sa box ni.
Oh, Arsenal corner kick if they'll get a picture for us.
Sa box ni no. Madrid players and pan go protect sa zone.
Kwame em so nyina be go ha here. Oh quiet there now.
In this case opponent no na West Ham no omo need can protect zone. Arsenal players no want it. So in this case opponent ni ye zone market. Ball ye release ball na Arsenal players no ever co obstruct. Omo co obstruct here. Ever remember the focus ni every zone na afi the other player ni so. and when Arsenal players on the pinball no ebenya sa zone
and again di can attack goalkeeper Tibu Kutua. So first let's have a real discussion. Tibu Kutua Oswa
memre ne ko
on the target Thomas type at ten tires. My question is say I didn't see Tibu Kutua and say can now Obama Thomas step at table about he needs to show up. No, but it's
part of football.
Arsenal for no we are not on the pin no one can here on the target so
na kwato height no at any point to be opia me so stretch
and yes so all pin easy but on the blocking path no so on my nti e ade o mo said aye goalkeeper
but the point is say Madrid for team avoid this obi any so
exactly of course na say why you good training plus na say team kutu so mo training on it sa nti e say training no mo kan no
asema
okay
asema ye kan na na say o same na apa to me from a tactical aspect of the game, Arsenal, weapon now the Real Madrid. Arsenal, a methodical team, or use system. But the Real Madrid team near when you say, you have Champions League, go to me, our system, no taxes here.
Yeah, at any point in time.
Say, Arsenal system now near you, man, the taxes are near you, man. Arsenal will game changes.
Nah, that is the real thing.
And then they are ready for weapon.
And only at the end because game changes, you know. Game changes, you know.
And no, Arsenal bet by your taxes, no, in favor Arsenal. Taxes in the favor Arsenal. But ready for any methodical team or individual brilliance or versus our game, no. And yes, switch here, and game no can. A game back to me, Real Madrid for qualify or Benabao.
I'm going to qualify.
Yes,
and again, this man a warm background, you know, be key and Emirates Stadium, and of course, Wako Stadium with Chelsea several times. You know, they Stadium Arsenal for GDA say Omope and a Madrid far born to dominated that. Omope and a Madrid show and almost GDA was an Emirates so ABC Emirates Stadium. Now, sir, when you acquire one red.
Sir,
him red.
Sir,
crowd with your mature. Yes, your Biggy Ken. Him red.
I am in Marco.
Nubonina boys name. Oh, sir. Enti what you want to say? Bibia when you are here, which makes a
They be need to Mokasa, so many Madikuntia.
Ah, okay.
That in a ken kind of.
I don't know what to grow.
Oh, me who boys in the room.
Already any come. She mabi kakra na Kwame ne Ederson Ediano Biggy.
Kenam
okay.
Arsenal defense no. Our problem kaka. To be honest, there Gabriel Maga is a prayer no. I was scared for the Arsenal defense, but the last game Arsenal boy versus Everton. So Jacob Kivior, I am sure say Bema that kind of confidence. Say Abrante anybody me step in now Juma de abo Arsenal boboko no. In the game against Everton, give your performance, you know, to me, he was the best Arsenal defender. He was one of the reasons in Tia. Arsenal Bobo no, Anya that loss. Everton home grounds. He stood in, played very well, did extremely well for the Arsenal setup. It will be just any confidence, you know. So branch any more was through. So obey me replicate this same performance and net dia. Ebia na Arsenal any problem. Defense one. Just as Ebia movie a one player, Mr. I am asked Louis Kelly. Louis Kelly is a very good left back. He has that kind of quality. Louis Kelly, and some test America say bigger. Yes, that is very true. Against Manchester City, the performance was so. Abranti any born home modern. Now the modern money was so papa. Obo City game ni boni ye. Eventually, he even had a goal for Arsenal Bobo Kono. It's open one of the biggest tests. A young player bet me anya. Obeka playing against Manchester City, no dying that performance at dinner there. Ubenya sa GD no Louis Kelly mo. But then again, you ask yourself, say, is it Real Madrid? That is number one. And was it at the Champions League stage? In 2008-2009, it was Champions League mo. Manchester United, any Arsenal, Cristiano Ronaldo, any an Arsenal left back at that time had similar encounter. At that time, Ronaldo a player was establishing home. Arsenal had a young player, Kieran Gibbs, 18-year-old left back. Satan was Shasi Peja or Ginny Ding. In the game versus Manchester United, no be ahead your Gibbs bet me because in the league no abom omanya gidi ne trust bebre wonimu but when they got to the Champions League stage the big night Abrante ne disappointed here. He was Arsenal's worst player or the goal chair Manchester United Cristiano Ronaldo ko kwache and no na mami Swodima Lewis Kelly so betimi pass test na na wa Man City no ma wa no homoden but you are playing against Rodrigo. At this stage of the Champions League for the past 5 years there Rodrigo are consistent wabo abo asanso aboniye until then again obebi sa won say Abrante na friend Lewis Kelly no or was our quality no betimi aye. That is a big question and there have been times again ubenya gidie wa Abrante animu but sorry to use this word certain mistakes America say yes silly an experienced player enye obekwa akwa na result in a penalty. The last game on Bobo against Everton no, was a clear indication. Until there was a coach in any Abrante and so kasa. Now in this particular encounter, because games like this, mistakes in the no, and the opponent back capitalize on that. No idea how. Madrid problem ni na the left back position. Madrid problem ni na the left back position. David Alaba.
But sen na sa akra no mama na game na tin se na ban bebu forever wana.
Frank Garcia.
Frank Garcia we dey na say football club no. E won hia bi.
Ken
so be
what do you want to make us a win here so be as a player me metimi aka wo betimi aka but as a player when you get to this particular stage e ho no me say we test one kasa ho the mental toughness and mental fortitude.
What's an answer na make say ball crowd obo chen fellow Mendy just say at the highest level no Mendy was slow but na all form this season chen Mendy
he's a good left back o de ne to Alaba ye hu David Alaba in the past what Bobby consistently.
Okay.
At the point now, Alaba one of the best, and I said the best left back.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yes, near the net to Marcelo, no near Vramo. But about Real Madrid, now you should change position. Emmanuel be centre back. If for a player on your consistent, our Madrid team due to injuries in recent times. Now the positions also you say changing no. Now in a game like this at the quarter-final stage of the Champions League, Alaba back no Baba be Bobby Diama Real Madrid. Recently, our central defense the Kwampo Nkoyi. A left back and already David Alaba kwa jina a position possibly Obeshia Bukayo Saka who is Arsenal's golden boy and the best player for Arsenal oko injury ni mu nyina o sanso bae no Abrante ne ba be kire in the first game from injury
Saka so fit
Saka ebebo
but minimum so or but 100%
but he's close to because the last game no Everton game no coach ne bench him because of so rest key players no and until that man started party one started Martinelli, one started Bukayo Saka. Any host of other players, Martin Odegaard, no many idea. Because no person onya on the Arsenal's said you better bet me do Meshia a Real Madrid Bobo Kono. It's the Saka you close to the 100% fitness. Now Oshia David Alaba there. I think it is going to be a very big game for Alaba. Ancelotti making sure to be taking the right decision. Because as I left back and then to me and Hodia. A better danger the Real Madrid. A whole number Arsenal channel of attack, no. Kesiana Pafa because that is the position of my best player.
Minisibia na jobe change na adwen. Say Fiorentino press bit mo na change na adwen say ye nyane sa ma we mo na bo. Ana.
E be ye nkomo. Menya sure say be
we say press conference no ti say omo kan about pressure ne enema bi o ya mo ni say adwuma no mo say wabre on fancy on fanto. O say nipo ye important to a club no memory. E hu ni say wabre. Or the Fiorentino press o. When you say Madrid team no na hu hia.
Yes.
Ono hu say ono Carlo Ancelotti na abra. Kwa me delate Lawson television say wabre. On net.
For me
so what cartel one.
I think that with all seriousness Arsenal the be game anymore. Mikel Arteta at the pre-match say for the past 20 years there he feels this is Arsenal's biggest game. Close to 20 years in here. It's your biggest gamer or be attach all form of seriousness. And unti and at the last game of boy against Everton or benchy key players maybe said be obi more game way mo. It wouldn't be an easy game just as obi anymore. Real Madrid is Real Madrid at this particular stage. Me no need the bad they say Arsenal be in a film, but I don't see Real Madrid winning today. I'll go for a double chance for Arsenal.
Double chance Arsenal.
Yes.
And a double chance Arsenal.
Arsenal possibly a 2-1 win for Arsenal. Okay.
Remember those in the course in Swaba. Me but other game no fan chair because I think it's the biggest game there. In terms of two teams now who are there. Okay, other side. And near Bayern Munich Inter Milan game no. And then two teams no but because was a Madrid room no ama we na ababe game kese at their chance you know Arsenal are finalists our Champions League omunje bida but these are two clubs Bakwaji saying 4 almost 6 or so almost 5 and 6 between them 5 or 6 between them Inter and Bayern Munich anyway so 15 between them name Bakwe 0 okay yemfa ensure na yon komra Ateta say biggest game in 20 years say Chelsea mu no mabobo na nyebo United no mbo amu no mbabo bebre ne nyebo papa bia eh masa obi ka say my yemfa ya adwemra so anya na obi akwaka say Gavin mbo ba ne bofu a wa betra press conference ase ka say
Gavi asem ne
okay okay almost on save Spain player gidi obobo to say